Good morning, team. How are you all?
Good morning, Shiv.
What happened early
Morning,
morning?
Shiv.
Why so down?
Good morning, Shiv.
Okay. So yeah, yesterday we were talking about GitHub. As I mentioned, like there are two types of operator in GitHub. Two types of keywords in GitHub. And again, related to these keywords, use cases of keywords, I pretty much covered in some rules. If anyone who has got the book, you'll be able to relate it. Some of the later topics are basically related to GitHub. So now in GitHub, there are two types of keywords. One is like operator driven keyword, and one is that non-operator driven keyword. Any keyword which is driven by language like this, Java, location, Bangalore, is basically a operator driven keyword. And any keyword which is driven something like SDE, or software engineer, or developer, or programmer, or MTS, or SMTS, is basically a non-operator driven keyword. So for operator driven keyword, if the same operator like location Bangalore, location Chennai, location Bangalore, location Chennai. So what happens in this? This space is understand as a or, because it's not possible for a GitHub to pick up two different languages in a dropdown. Let's say if I just go to GitHub and say Java, and once I search, I'll just come to advanced search. Once I click on advanced search, any language, what happens is I can pick up any language, only one language at a time. So if I select here also, working in language, I can select only one language at a time. It is more or less like when we write an essay, we'll continue to write an essay only in one language. Similarly, when coders write a repository, they continue to write a repository only in one language. So that's the reason it's not possible for a GitHub to pick up Java and JavaScript both. Rather, it will say if someone is giving language colon Java space language colon JavaScript, it will show us a list of results which has Java or JavaScript. Similarly, when I just go to advanced search over here again, is there a possibility of me picking up two different locations? Let's say Bangalore or Chennai here. Instead of using like that, I'm using Bangalore or Chennai. So whatever we have written Bangalore or Chennai, it gets into the double quotations, and it's not possible for any person that they are writing their current location as Bangalore or Chennai. Rather, they'll write Bangalore or they'll write Chennai. So GitHub, between the operator driven keywords, it does not really understand Boolean logic of and or not. So here there's a double quotation. Okay, so we are getting either from Bangalore or from Chennai. All right. So that is operator driven keyword, wherein in the operator driven keyword, it does not really understand any Boolean operator like and or not. Okay. But wherein for the non-operator driven keywords, which are not driven by location or language or anything like that, something like SDE or software engineer or developer or programmer or MTS or SMTS, those are the non-operator driven keyword. For that, they understand the Boolean logic of and or not, but it does not really understand the brackets. So 3.5K Let's say if I just give a space, is it really understanding that bracket? No, it does not really understand that bracket. And it's again going with the kind of assumptions if it is giving also. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any questions? Similarly, if I want to use and HTML and HTML or CSS. So we should be writing in continuation. Without the brackets, we should be writing in continuation, like SDE or software engineer or developer or programmer or MTS or SMTS and HTML or CSS. So we did not get any result because likely in a LinkedIn where we have a limitation of a 5 operators and 6 keywords. Here also we have a limitation of a 5 operator and 6 keywords, both the platform owned by Microsoft. So to overcome that limitation of 5 operator and 6 keywords, what we're trying to do is like we're trying to put every keyword into the double quotations and space before or remains as it is and space after or goes off. So every keyword gets into the double quotation, then space before or remains as it is, space after or goes off. Every keyword remains as it is and again in the double quotations and space before or remains as it is and space after or goes off. HTML, CSS. So SMTS, where is the mistake? So space itself is and again developer, software engineer, HTML, CSS, so all those things. So I'll just take a pause till here. Any doubts, any questions
No, chef.
between operator and non-operator driven keywords? We're good? Okay, like CSS, JavaScript, JavaScript, 128 repositories. So CSS or HTML must be here and there somewhere. And any JavaScript repository will have a bit of HTML and CSS for sure. All right. Now if you see the profiles here, some profiles has a email ID and some profiles do not. 70 to 80% of the profiles you'll find email IDs. Like here, we're getting all 3 profiles has a email IDs. Let me see someone who do not have an email ID. And that email ID is visible only once you open the profile. Earlier, it was like for anyone, it was visible. Means here itself was visible 6 months ago, but this is a new UI which has come. So here email IDs are not visible. Only once you open the profile, then only email IDs are visible. So it's there. Okay, not this, not there. Okay. So we have two things when we don't really have see email IDs. So let's say this is a username, Wamin. We just use in URL and Wamin and see where all the person has a presence. Not this. Okay. So anyone who would have signed up on a GitHub, like today, if you also signed up on a GitHub yesterday, anyone who has signed up on a GitHub by using their Google IDs, by using their Google account, just sign up using Gmail ID. What happens? What are the text before @gmail.com? What are the text which is before @gmail.com will become your user ID. So definitely we can take a guess, but again, it won't be correct 100%, but at least 70 to 80% it will be correct. So now let's see. Just taken that user name here and gmail.com. If it is existing, it will show me along with their uh, profile pic and everything. In this case, I'm not getting it, so I'll not take a chance of this as a verified email ID. Here also we don't have it, so asterisk. This could be because what we have given A is basically a small, but it has got converted to a big A. So there can be a possibility that this email ID is existing. Let's see one more. So if it is existing, it will show something like this with the profile pic and everything. And again, what we have done, we just gave a user ID, but it is clearly showing the first name and the last name, Anand Mahesh. So that is Anand Mahesh. Again, yeah, if you see here, the email ID is also the same. What we have taken a guess, that's the same one. Joshua 14, Joshua 14, Joshua Pro 14, Joshua Pro 14. Okay, and Mukesh 25. Just go to Mukesh 25. So it is not here. So I'll just take this one. Mukesh 525 at gmail.com. So here is Mukesh 525. If I just where it gone? This is from their G profile. Right. Vivek T. Shankar. So here we have their github.io profile also. So here we have their email ID and phone number. So most of them have their email IDs and phone number. And there was an API to look for, but that is also gone. That is no more valid now. But let's see if there is any other way. Let's say now, Mukesh, here it is. So what you do, one is that you're taking a guess based on their username, where you're trying to add that at the red Gmail. You're putting them everything into the sheet, and then you're using a concatenate formula. How to put them into the sheet in a bulk, we'll cover next. But again, identifying other ways of identifying their email ID. One is that I'm taking this particular guess. And the second is I'll just go to repositories. I'll see any repository which is not forked. Forked is nothing but which is copied. Like if you see, this person has not copied anyone's repositories. He has built all his own repositories. So let's say this is the latest repository that is updated on September 2. I'll just go to this repository. So here they have made a commits. I'll click on commit. Then here I have copy, and here I have view commit details. I'll click on view commit details. Then I'll end up in this colorful page like this. Come here, and at the end, dot patch patch. Okay. So Mukesh Jha at ethan-macbook.pro. Let's see anywhere else if you're able to see their email IDs. So team focus, there can be a question where I'll give a user ID of the candidate and I'll ask you to enter their email IDs. So how do you identify their email IDs is a various ways like this. So let's go for some other profiles. So here I don't see, but let me see some other repositories. Again, I just go repositories. We'll take some old repository. So maybe currently they have made it, what we say, confidential, but maybe some old repositories we'll try to see. And any repositories which are not forked. If it is forked, it will show it is forked. If it is not showing anything like this, nothing is forked. So let's say test your skill. 8 years ago, we'll click on commit. Focus on this, okay? First, you're taking any repository which is not forked, and then we're going to commit. After going to commit, there is a copy and there is a view. This numeric number is a view commit details. We just go there, view commit, and we end up in this colorful page. What are the commits they have committed? We'll end up in that colorful page. And then at last, we just come here, write dot patch patch. Content containing PDF or PS header bytes cannot be rendered from this domain for a security reason. Let's go for some other thing. Space. Pretty hands-on person. See his first repository which he has built on Java on 15th. So one commit, view. So we ended in this colorful page. Then I just go here in the URL and at the last dot patch. So I think from the beginning they kept their email ID confidential, but very few will keep like that, not everyone. Yeah, Shweta.
Okay, when we create our profile in GitHub,
there is a there is a tab like block command line pushes that expose my email. So I think, I mean, if we click this box, then it will not show, right?
Um, Not really sure, but earlier that option wasn't there. In a new version of a GitHub, that option is coming.
Okay.
Shiva, I've shared a GitHub profile where you can find the email.
This person's.
Chat, chat I have given.
This person's you're saying?
No, Rohit Matthew.
Okay. Let's say we'll just go like this, and this is again latest repository. Just click. Then we click on commits. Then we click on view. Then we go to last. PATCH batch. Okay, so here you can see the total mint. This is their official email ID, I believe. You'll be able to see like this. Similarly, very few will have a hidden email IDs, but otherwise 70 to 80% of the people, at least 60 to 70% of the people will be showing their email IDs openly. And maybe another 10 to 20% of the email IDs you'll be able to view by using this patch option. What you need to do, you just have to click on their profile, go to repositories, take any latest repository or any oldest repository, which is not forked. Now in this, okay, he also do not have any forked repositories. I'll just click here. We'll just go to commits. After going to commit, see the latest one, we have copy and we have a view commit details. We click on commit details and we go to end dot patch. And then we'll be able to see the email IDs like this. If not directly, we'll be able to see like this as well. This person, he barely have 3 repositories. So git test, 2 commits, view, dot patch. Anand Damodar, it's confidential here.
Another one I've sent, he has Gmail ID.
We'll get it. It's not that everyone will keep it confidential, but we'll definitely get it. All right, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any question on how to view email IDs? So now we know how to search for skills, how to search for location, how to search for experience, how to view email IDs. As I mentioned, 60 to 70% of the candidate will give email IDs, but another 10 to 15, you can go with this option of patch. You'll be able to see the email IDs. Maybe 10 to 15% will keep it confidential. But otherwise, again, this Anand, maybe in the latest this thing, it was confidential, but we went to the previous repository and we checked, we got his email ID as well. Any doubts, any confusion on how to view email IDs?
No, Shiv.
So we now know how to search for skill, how to search for location, how to search for experience range, and how to view their email IDs. All right. Now you say this all is fine, Shiv, but is there a possibility of uh, looking at the candidate who are actively available for the opportunities? So let's say, again, I just go and open any of these profiles. All right. So if you see, there is an extension on my GitHub, on my here, that is called OctoHR. There are two extensions. One is OctoHR and the other is OctoHunt. So OctoHR is saying it is hireable on GitHub. This is, let me just refresh. Okay, not hireable on GitHub. And also it is giving me a bifurcation of what are the languages the person has coded and what is the percentage. Here also, if you see Java 67%, Python 17%, JavaScript 17%. So I'm able to not just only able to see whether it is hireable on GitHub or not, I'm also able to see what are the other skills the person has coded. Okay, it's not like uh, again, this is based on his repositories, what the person has coded. Based on that, it is reading the data and saying in which language the coding is highest and in which language the coding is lowest. Like this person has worked on Java, HTML, JavaScript, Go, Docfiler, C++, and Shell. And again, is this hireable on GitHub? No, it's not hireable on GitHub. Not hireable, and person worked on various skills and their email IDs also. Not hireable, what all the skills the person has worked and their email ID as well.
If this percentage is basis on their repositories, right?
What?
This
Percentage is
percentage.
basis on the repository, yes.
Okay.
Whatever the repositories they coded, based on that, it is showing on which all the languages they have coded. So does that make sense? So now we know not just one language the person has coded, but also which all the other languages also.
Okay, one quick question. If let's say someone, if it is forked, I mean copied, then also it will show in the percentage, right?
That also will show. I
Yeah,
think
because
forked it will not show. This one is forked actually.
no, I'm
Okay.
saying it is forked, but the language, I mean the candidate has used, it will show in the percentage, right?
I don't think so. This is calculated based only on the repositories what they have created, not based on the forked repositories. Now this
Got
person has forked this repository. I don't think it is calculating from this as well.
got it.
Okay, because it will show only based on the repository what they have created. Like let's say if I just go to my own profile. Okay. So interview question, Java. This is I forked actually. Okay. So is it showing that I'm working on Java? Okay, it is showing I'm working on Java. So I think no, this is not mine. Let me just see. Refresh. Not hireable. Yes. So I did fork this one, Java, which I forked from someone else, which is the interview questions of various companies. Okay, but is it showing that I worked on Java? No, it is showing I worked on HTML 75% and CSS 25% and not hireable on GitHub. And how is this showing hireable or not hireable on GitHub? Because when I just go here and go to settings, and once I scroll down, here I have a job profile. If I make this available for hire, save job profile, I don't know immediately it will get updated or not, but let's see. Now I'll just come to my profile, or maybe it will take 24 hours to get updated. I'll say one refresh. Let's give one more refresh. Okay, hireable on GitHub jobs. 75% CSS, though I forked the repository of Java, it is not reading from there. It is not reading from my forked repositories. It is only reading from my repositories which I coded. Though here it is not showing CSS, but in these codes, definitely there's a piece of CSS existing in that. That's the reason I was telling. If someone has coded on JavaScript, by default, a piece of HTML and CSS will exist in that. Cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Shiv, can you repeat the extension name once?
I'll share you. That is OctoHR. I'll share the extension also. Just take it.
Sure, thank you.
Okay. Now let's say now we got how to source for skills, how to search for location, how to search for experience range, and now how to see even the candidates who is open for new opportunities. Does that make sense? Yes, no?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now let's say you say, no, Shiv, this is too lengthy. I don't want so much of headache. For knowledge, it is good. But again, in real time, it's lengthy process. In that case, you say OctoHunt, which is web application. OctoHunt.com. One is OctoHR and the other is OctoHunt. OctoHunt find developers on GitHub. Let's say, again, I just give Java and Bangalore. Okay. So I get the list of profiles. You have to connect for OctoHR and OctoHunt. For both, you have to connect your GitHub accounts. Then only it will work properly. So now I get the people who are working on Java and from Bangalore. And wherever I see this suitcase, they are available for new opportunities. Wherever I see this suitcase, they are available for new opportunities. Let me just close this all.
Shiv, do
Same
we
logic.
need to download this OctoHR and OctoHunt, or how is that? Is it?
OctoHR link I just gave, you need to download, which is a Chrome extension. I just gave the link. You have to click on the link and add it to your extension. OctoHunt is not a extension, it's a web application. You directly search for octohunt.com, log in, sign up using your GitHub account, connect your GitHub account, and you'll be able
Okay.
to see like this. Just search for location and skill, and wherever you see this suitcase, they are open for new opportunities.
Okay, Shiv. Thank you.
There might be a possibility that you reach out and person say that, hey, no, Shiv, I was looking out for, but now I'm not looking out. Uh, but I forgot to untick that. And definitely they will be surprised to see that how do you know that being a recruiter? Any top companies, any product companies, if you put these things across, sure shot you are in. You see, so many people are out for new opportunities. Okay, so JavaScript, awesome. Okay, hireable on GitHub and pretty hands-on, various skills. Hireable on GitHub, hireable on GitHub, hireable on GitHub, hireable, hireable. Because all these are those suitcase guys. And no second page, third page, only on the first page itself. You have to keep scrolling and you'll get it. It keeps scrolling down. One is OctoHR, other is OctoHunt. For both the things, you need to attach your GitHub account.
Shiv, what does GISTS means here?
Which one
Repositories and followers. Every profile has 3 words. Yeah, this one.
gets not really sure, but you don't really have to get into that one for a sourcing purpose. Because GitHub is not again the follower or anything like that site. It's more of this thing, repositories and all. So all guest, so all these codes again. No engaged. Repositories, follower, and guest. Just again the codes again. So keep scrolling down, it will keep getting it. So whoever has a contact information available, we can see the contact information like this. But whoever do not have a contact information, like this candidate, do not have a contact information. So this candidate available for opportunities but don't have a contact information. So let's close all this. All right. So again, I just go to variable on GitHub. Okay, it is showing here itself. I think it is doing that magic also in a backend. What we are doing using patch, it is taking that as well. JavaScript 2 weeks ago. I'll just go then commit, then view, then dot patch, and here Amal Singh. We have an email ID as well. Though here we are not able to see email ID, but using this trick, we are able to see. Otherwise, it is pretty much available on what we say, OctoHR. That is also doing in a backend his own magic. So yeah, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion on identifying a candidate with skills, identifying a candidate with location, identifying a candidate. Only the problem with OctoHunt that we will not be able to identify a candidate experience range. It's only in the direct search where we'll be able to use an operator created and give that particular experience range. So now we know how to find with skills, how to find with the location, how to find with experience, how to find their email IDs, and also know how to find active job seekers. Any further doubts or questions? Does that make sense?
Sure. For this OctoHunt, when we use OctoHR only, we could see here, or this is a separate website?
This is separate. OctoHunt is
Oh,
different, OctoHR is different.
How many contacts we can
okay.
check?
You can see as many, it keeps scrolling down.
Okay. There is no restriction like you need to
There
look
is
at.
no restriction. It's and both are absolutely for free.
Acha, okay.
Shiv, once we've identified a candidate, so we have to email him for the resume, or is there any way we can find his resume on GitHub?
No, once you find either which is, either you go try to identify their resumes on their profile. If not, connect with them and ask.
Shiv,
Alright?
can you mention that available to hire one once?
Huh?
Available to hire.
What do I need to do?
Can you just show that once again? Available to hire, where they actually add that.
Where they actually add. Okay. So let's say if I just go to my GitHub profile, go to settings, and once I scroll down, if I make this as a available for hire, then this tool will read as a variable on GitHub jobs.
Okay,
If I don't make it, it will not show.
got it.
All right. So yeah, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion? Okay. Now all these are the candidates. Now let's say I just go to first page. Let me go to second. I think with this account, I have run over my limitation of data miner. I'll just go to my other account. So yeah, here I have a 3.6. Here also I'm logged in. So three tools, these two tools were there. This is outdated now. Data Miner Pro and Recipe Creator. Don't really have to use it. That's not working anymore. I'll say remove from Chrome and then remove from Chrome. Okay. So this is a tool which is still working. I'll not give now. Otherwise, you'll get into that. First focus over here. Okay. Now let's say earlier we also had an option where we are able to see the email IDs, but in the new UI, GitHub has removed that. It's only that after clicking on the profile, we're able to see the email IDs. But still, let's see. Okay. So let's say I'm in a first page. So now we want to scrape this entire data. So I'll share this extension with you after this one. Okay. So I already created a recipe in a weekday batch, but again, I'll create a recipe once again for you. Okay. So now I click on this extension and scrape this page. Once I click on scrape this page, this will get what we say installed. Okay. So again, I just go here. I'll say click on make your own recipe. First, I clicked on scrape this page so that this extension got enabled here on my desktop. Here it is a Chrome extension. Here it is a desktop extension. Once I clicked on scrape this page, the desktop extension got enabled. Now I'll click on make your own recipe. Once I click on make your own recipe, again, this got enabled. I'll close this part otherwise it will be confusing. Okay. So let me start once again. I'll just go to extension. I'll sign up. And this has 500 pages limitation per month, but don't ever cross 450, 460 because as soon as you hit 500, it will stop refreshing your credit every month. Rather, it will say you have exhausted your credit. No, please pay and upgrade. But you can pretty much use it up to 400, 450 pages in a month. So 400, 450 pages in a month means in a one page you have 10 profiles. It's not just the GitHub. You can scrape any given website. Okay, we'll scrape for GitHub view and we'll scrape for OctoHunt as well. All right. So now here we have GitHub profiles. Now I say make your own recipe. And as I mentioned, never ever cross the limit of 500 or never ever touch 500. Stop it near 460, 470. Any freemium version, if they're saying you every week you have a 5 email IDs or every week you have a 10 inventories, 20 inventories, never ever touch those many inventories. So if it is saying 5, use maximum 4. If it is saying 20, use maximum 18. So that whenever it gets refreshed, you keep getting that credits back. Similarly, for data miner, it says 500 pages it will give you for free, but the moment you hit 500, it will never renew. It will say you have already consumed your free inventories. Now you have to upgrade. Okay. Now I clicked on this. I say make your own recipe. After clicking on make your own recipe, so either I'll go through the documentation if I don't know, but otherwise I'll say type. So this page is like list of profiles. So this page is list. Okay, this is a list page. Search page, multiple views, like if it's a table with row data, all these things. So this has a list of profiles. So I'll say type list. So I'll just go to page. Before set up a page for scraping optional, I'll not touch anything on the page. Directly I'll go to rows. Okay. Once I go to rows, I have two options, easy row finder and advanced row finder. I'll skip this easy row finder. It says easy, but it is messy. Don't touch about easy row finder. As I mentioned, it says easy, but it is messy. Rather go to advanced finder. Once you go to advanced finder, scroll up. Once you scroll, select the row. First, select the entire row like this. Okay, where all the details are going to capture. If you select only this much, it will capture the detail only from this much. But here, I need to select the entire row. From where I'm going to capture the details. Here in the row, I'm going to capture the name, username, title, location, all those things. So that's when I'm selecting entire row. I'm just hovering over the entire row and shift on my laptop. on my Windows laptop, I'm pressing Shift. If it is Mac, it is Command. All right. Any doubts, any confusion, any question till here? Yes, no?
It is taking time for us to digest.
You watch recording. Okay. So, okay, this much. And then element CSS case, HTML tag. So in these three options, I need to select one option which is selecting all the rows. Now let's say I click on this. It is selecting everything. It's messy. I'll untick. I'll click on this. Yes, it's selecting all the rows now. I click on this. This is also getting messy. I'm not taking a data from all over. I just click on this. It is taking, okay, it is selecting all the rows. All right. And I say confirm. Okay. Once I say confirm, all rows got confirmed. I'll go to columns. Okay. Once I go to column, I'll say add a new column. So first column, I'll name it. I'll say name. Okay. Again, easy column finder. It says easy, but it's messy. Don't touch anything over there. Just say advanced setting. Under advanced setting, go for advanced finder. And extract this. Okay, extract. How do you want to extract that? I want to extract that as a text. And say advanced finder. Once I go to advanced finder, that will get minimized. And I just need to scroll over their name. Let's say I scrolled over name. And on my laptop, I'm clicking on shift. Once I click on shift, again, I just go here. These three things comes. Text, this. Okay, this CSS element, this is HTML element. First, I'll see first CSS element. It's again selecting all unwanted. I don't want that. Okay, now this is selecting only names. I'll untick this. I'll say span. This is selecting all unwanted. I'll untick this. I'll say only select names. So this is selecting only names like this. Again, second in every row. All right, I'll say confirm. Okay, then again, I'll say, now here if you see name and we selected all the name, here we are seeing 10 data. Here I can just click on drop down. First, I used to be there. Let me just add a new column. Yeah, all these names got selected. Now I'll say second column. I'll say user ID. User ID. Again, I just go to advanced finder. And then this is a user ID. And again, shift on my keyboard. Once I click on shift on my keyboard, it gets highlighted with these green dots. Then again, I come to extension. So here it says HTML, CSS classes, and HTML element. I'll select first one. It's selecting all unwanted. I'll select second one. Yes, it's selecting all the username. I'll select third one. It's selecting all unwanted. I don't want that. I'll just select this one. So it selected all the usernames. I scroll down and I say confirm. Then again, I just go add a new column. So I'll see all the user IDs got. Yes, all user ID came here. Okay, column 3. In column 3, I'll say title. Again, I just go advanced finder. I'll come here and shift on my laptop. As soon as that got selected, I'll open this one. Click on this, selecting all unwanted. Click on this, selecting all unwanted. Click on this. Yes, only the titles got selected. I'll say confirm. I'll say again, add a new column. So let's see what it is showing. Yeah, all that stuff. Okay, column 4, I'll say location. Then advanced setting, advanced finder, then it get minimized. Then I just go location and shift on my laptop. Okay, and again I come here on the extension. So it's selecting all unwanted. This is also selecting all unwanted. This is also selecting all unwanted. So now we don't have anything which is selecting something unique. I'll see which is selecting as minimum. All are selecting the same amount of tabs. No less, no more. But anyways, let me just take anyone randomly. I'll just take this one and scroll down. Here you have a expand selection and select sibling. Okay. Here we need to select a sibling. That will, here it's showing, right? Minus. It will minus one, what we say, element. So let's say sibling. I'll say minus. Okay. If you see now, only location got selected. Similarly, let's say I just click this. It's selecting all unwanted. Then I just say sibling. Okay, all location got selected. Okay, so similarly, I'll just say this again, all unwanted. Sibling user ID got selected, not location. Title got selected, not location. Again, I'll say next. Now, location got selected. So similarly, whichever the tab I'm using, till the time all the location is getting selected, I'm clicking on sibling. So here, after Chennai, that dot is got selected. 79 numbers got selected. Again, dot got selected. Previous I'll come. Now all the locations got selected. So I'll see. Randomly, I'll pick anyone and I'll see all the locations are getting selected by going to the sibling left and right. All right. Once I select the location, I'll say confirm. Okay. So now I got names. I got user IDs. I got title. And I also got location. Okay. Now anything else? Nothing else is there. Now we say this is enough. So rows got selected, columns got selected. Now we need to see navigation. Okay, page, you skip it, select only type, which is list. And then you come to rows, select a row, and then select the columns the way we have done it. If required, just watch the recording and do one more time by yourself. Do it number of times by yourself so that you'll get it. Okay, then I go to now navigation. Navigation means moving from one page to another page. So I need to select the navigation element. So what happens while I'm selecting the navigation element? So understand the pages. Now here, if you see, previous is non-clickable. Previous is non-clickable. That means this has one element less than the second page. Once I go to second page, then the previous is clickable and the one is clickable. But once I come to first page, previous is not clickable. So it's always suggestible that you select the navigation element always from the second page on any given website. The reason, because most of the website, previous though it shows, or it doesn't show, that element doesn't show. But when you go to the second page, then only it will show either back or previous or like that. So it's always suggestible, scrape the data of the first page manually, and then go to the second page. That's where you create your, what we say, navigation element. So I just come to the second page and I'll say again, advanced finder. I need to select that navigation element. So by clicking on which it is going to the next page, by clicking on next, it is going to the next page. So I select on my laptop, shift again. So that got selected. And again, I just come here. So again, CSS and HTML element, I need to again select. Is this selecting? It's selecting everything. I don't want that. It's also selecting all unwanted. I don't want that. This is also selecting all unwanted. But I'll see now which is selecting the list. This one is selecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all those, or else this one. This one is also selecting. Same thing, I'll just go, I'll reduce by clicking on sibling. So first I'll say next. So selecting previous, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all those dots, 100, and then next. And then I say confirm. Okay. And now I'll say save. So saving GitHub 2. Shared publicly, not shared description. Okay. So I say save as new. Okay, recipe saved. So now I'll click on scrape data, scrape in data miner. Okay. So this is one of my recipe which is scraped. Now I'll click on scrape in data miner. Otherwise it's here. I'll say scrape in data miner. So now it came here. Okay. Now scrape and append next pagination automation. So now is the automation. So now this is again a robot for us. If you listen to robot, it will work like a robot, and the robot sitting at the Microsoft end will catch this robot and will start sending you the alerts or will block your account. Rather, what we do, we'll teach our robot how to work like a human speed and don't work like a robot speed. So I'll say next pagination and number of pages to scrape 10 pages and delay between the pages 8 seconds. I'll say no. I'll wait for 20 seconds. And let's say scrape up to 5 pages, for example. But before scraping every page manually, at least one person has to go to one profile, or at least one person has to go to the all the list of pages, means person would spend somewhere around 15 to 20 seconds. So I'm just taking 20 seconds and I'm saying scrape pages. So here if you see Amit Jaidev Singh Thakur, all these things, user ID, name, user ID, title, and the location. So I'll say scrape 5 pages. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, it got scraped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Again got scraped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Again got scraped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, Then all 50 rows got scraped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 50 got scraped. So now I'll say download. So do I need a download as CSV or do I need a download as Excel? I'll say Excel and GitHub data. And then I'll say save to downloads. So it got saved to downloads. I'll just come here. And which page does it go? So this is also randomly scraping because again, it is not letting GitHub catch. Okay, here I have a data. So name, username, title, and then location. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, like let's add @Gmail to their usernames. So I'll just create a new sheet. gmail.com. So before going here, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on how to use data miner? Yes, no?
It's
We
not,
need practice,
but
I think.
bit confusing. Need to
So much
practice, I hope.
we have to practice.
You have to practice. It is little technical. You have to see the recording. You have to practice accordingly, side by side.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's say we just came here. And just here. So I'll say gmail.com equal to concatenate @gmail. And so email ID got created. So anything which has hyphen, this is not a Gmail format. I'll just remove those ones. Hyphen, not a Gmail format. I'll remove this one also. So I'll just I'll decode it. This is formula driven currently. I'll just copy. Paste it. Again, I'll copy. And paste it. Now it is not formula driven. Anyone using full version of GitHub? Sorry, LinkedIn Recruiter? Anyone here who has a full version of LinkedIn Recruiter? I would have shown in this thing as well, what we say, seek out, but I don't think like we have got the logins yet. Shweta, do you have a recruiter?
Yes, sir. I mean, full version, I'm not Sure. I mean, I use Recruiter.
No, are you using LinkedIn Recruiter?
Yes, yes, I'm using Recruiter.
Okay, I'll just share this data. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll remove this. Delete email. Okay, A1, P1. Randomly, I'll name anything. And then P1. What is required is first name, last name, and email. This also I'll remove. First page also I'll delete. Right, and then I'll save this. What's your spelling? This one only, right? Shweta 24 course.
No, Shiv, please send it to my official ID. I mean, my recruiter login. S Ghosh,
S.
SGHOSH. Yeah, this one.
Okay, I just sent it. Let me stop this share. You can take over, Shweta. You can share the screen.
Okay. Give me one.
But let the data first open the data from your email and go to LinkedIn Recruiter and share your screen.
Okay. Sure.
Otherwise, meanwhile, let me do that from my end, whatever I could do. So I just come to seek out.
Shiv, it's done. Shall I share my screen?
Sure. Let me stop sharing. You can share now. Okay,
Yeah.
go to projects,
Okay.
create new project. Just give GitHub data. Just leave it, just create. That's it. Scroll up. Now go to talent pool, pipeline. You don't have a setting, project setting on the right hand side. Completely on the right hand side, you have a project setting.
Yeah.
Okay, scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, download that sample file.
This.
No,
You
no,
want
there you have now. Import candidate,
I
download sample file.
this
Before
like
that, this is choose a file, download I'm saying. Scroll down, scroll down. Import candidate, just below that.
okay.
That one, download sample file.
This one?
Not that. Download the sample file first. Take that. Click anywhere here. Okay. Now pick up from that sheet, the one which I sent. Delete the second and third data, whatever is available in a row, second and third. Delete it.
This
Not
one?
here. To your sheet, the one which you have
Okay.
downloaded.
Okay.
First and second row, you delete completely. Not that. Not AB. Not AB. Not AB. 2 and 3.
2 and this one, right?
Hmm. Okay. Now from there, first name, just take all the first names from my sheet. No,
A little.
only first names.
Right.
Go to last names. Go to email. No need to expand. Just keep it as it is.
Okay.
Okay. Now save it to CSV file. Save as CSV. Rename it. GitHub data. It is already CSV file.
Okay.
Rename GitHub data. Save it. Now come to that project. Choose file. Open. Download this CSV. Import error. Go to that file. No error, no error, no error. Just scroll down. Where is the error? Just see. It's no error only, right? Scroll up. There's one error. Scroll down. Slowly scroll down. There are two errors. Okay, there are multiple candidates listed. Delete one entry. Check anything else.
Right.
Okay. Now again delete this. There are first a complete A you delete.
This one, right?
Okay. Again save as GitHub data 2.
Okay.
Now just go. Choose
Choose
file.
file.
Select GitHub data 2. Okay. Now view candidates pipeline. Now these are the candidates. You'll be able to see whoever is existing on LinkedIn with that email IDs associated with that email ID, you'll be able to see here. And whoever is not existing on LinkedIn without that email IDs, we'll see as a first name as a A1 and second name as a B1. All these candidates existing on LinkedIn with these email IDs. And
Okay.
these are the A1, B1. These are not existing yet with those email IDs. And the day when they start existing, you'll start receiving a notification.
Okay.
That your means you have uploaded in LinkedIn Recruiter. But earlier we also had an option from our contacts. We were able to sync the contacts. Now, this is how you see. Out of 40 profile, hardly 4 or 5 profiles are existing on LinkedIn, but almost 60 to 70%, 80% profiles are not existing. And that is actually true. Whenever I source from GitHub and uploaded the data, most of the time I see that at least 35 to 40% people are not actually not existing on LinkedIn. They're only existing on GitHub. Now, the best is for them, email is free of cost for you. You don't have to pay for any email. Just click on email. No. That
Anyone.
right hand side. Send message.
Yes.
Okay. Email credit. Okay. To Kamesh Rao, this thing, email credit. Why it is taking one email credit? It shouldn't be taking it. It's a free for you. Send immediately via
They are not in
email.
our contact, no? They are not in our contact. It's there in LinkedIn, that's all.
No. Even if it is there in the contact or LinkedIn, it will be a free because we have their email IDs. Click on that settings. Send immediately via email. Click on that settings. No, not there.
Okay.
No, that settings.
This.
Email. Save.
Yes.
Later on, you can change this.
Yes.
Email credit 0 now. If it is going as an email, it will go as a email. It will take a credit, but this will go as a message, as an
Email.
Outlook message,
Right.
and it will be a free of cost for you. All right.
Shall I?
So that's how it is, and that's the use data. And also, if you go to the list and do a mail merge, trust me, at least 60 to 70% will be verified. Like, let's say I'll just take this.
Share your screen.
I'm not sharing. So I just copied those emails. Okay, so wherever I'm seeing the full name, definitely they're there. So this Kamesh Rao, you also verified this, right? So wherever, see, we have taken all in a small letters, but wherever there's a change of uh, capitalism of the letters, because ours was all, everything was small. But here, if you see, there's a change of capitalism. And somewhere we have not used dots, but here somewhere we got the dots also. And then their profile pic, all those things like this. Similarly, I'll just take this data and let's see if I can just go here. Okay. So this is GitHub data as it is. Just going to seek out test the 32 candidates. Upload a file. Name, user ID, title, location. Let me add the email IDs also. You just take this. I'm not doing any changes. I'm just leaving as it is. Let me delete sheet 1. I'll just come here. So this is seek out. That's what I was asking you to get the login of this few days ago. But if you get it, well and good. But otherwise, I think they stopped giving now. So name, user ID, title, location, email. Okay. So select a field name that is tick, 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 tick. What was there in our so full name. So these are the 5 things which are existing on our profile. So name, user ID, title, and location. So I don't have LinkedIn URL, so I'm not going to select that. I'm going to say ignore that one. So I'll ignore this one. So title, title, location, location, email. I'll select email 1. I'll map it. I'll map full name to full name. Full in our Excel, there was a name. We mapped it to full name because it was a full name. It's not a first or last name. It was a full name. User ID, we do not have a GitHub option, so we left it blank. Title to title, we matched it. Location to location, we matched. Email to email 1, we mapped. And now confirm mapping. Okay, upload successful. We'll email you once we have finished the processing the information. Done. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. So this 32, additionally, we have uploaded some 42.
The Seek Out
Just
is a free version or a paid version, Shiv?
a free version. I'm
Okay.
using it for quite some time now. 2013 or 14 I signed up, and since then it is continuing.
Okay.
At least maybe I was a beta user, so that's why my account is still existing. But for now, new users, they're asking to get into the demo and all everything.
Oh, yeah. Free version doesn't have any duration, like period, 30
I
days or
don't know.
40
It's
days.
been almost 10 years for me now.
Okay.
Features are limited. In paid version, highest features are there, but it's expensive than LinkedIn, I believe.
Yes, yes.
Though they are
Actually, we
taking
had
LinkedIn
Seek
data
Out.
only.
Yeah, we had taken one account of Seek Out, but we never used it. So that's, but it is good. It's very AI
Seek out is
driven.
amazing tool if you know how to use it.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you need a training only for a seek out, let me know. I can give a
Sure.
corporate level for that.
Okay,
So
sure.
80 candidates that got uploaded. So Mirza was previous only. Pi, their email ID, Jen. Okay. So based on their email ID, it is not just mapping from LinkedIn, but also it is mapping from other websites like GitHub or anywhere else if they are existing somewhere else based on their email IDs. And all this in the enriched data. And if it is matching from LinkedIn, it will give you like this, in like this. AWS DevOps at IBM and in like this. And it will give the whole profile. It is if it is mapping from LinkedIn, it will give the whole profile like this. This also mapping from LinkedIn. This also mapping from LinkedIn. So let's see. So like this, nicely you can enrich the data. But just see in case if you get access to seek out.
So, Shiv, we have to have a data, and we can merge the data in this application, and we can see the profile and their contact number and other details.
Yeah. You need to have account, but if there is no account on Seekout, means I'm kind of helpless.
So if we generate the account, I mean, if we create the account, it won't allow for a free.
I don't know, for new members, it is asking to sign up and get into a demo. Some stuff it is asking. Even I tried signing up with my other email ID. It is not allowing me to sign up. It is asking to take a demo. Then I think they have a process of first providing a demo and then all. See, it is matching with the LinkedIn as well. And all PayPal, NetApp, Apple. Decent profiles. In fact, excellent profiles.
Can you click on get phone? What this feature do? It will show the phone number.
Get email, get phone number. If it is existing on web, it will give. But I have a limited count, so I would not use that.
Okay.
So this is also matching from LinkedIn. Tanvi Goyal. Party. Let's see LinkedIn. This candidate's profile we removed actually, means in the previous file. But here we just uploaded as it is. Tanvi Goyal. So this Tanvi Goyal. Shweta, the sheet which I sent you, I removed that from there. But yeah, it was here. Tanvi Goyal, software engineer, Bangalore, and all. So we get here the enriched one. Tanvi Goyal, software engineer at Partilipi, Bangalore, and her details. And once I click on her LinkedIn profile, which got mapped by Seekout, she's here. Awesome. We are in. What is this updated 1.5 hours ago? What is that? Let's see Tanvi Goyal once again. Local time. Incorrect. Nine. That is the additional option that I'm giving.
Time zone looks like 1.5 hours.
I don't know what 1.5 hours ago. We are in. Awesome. So AVIREIN. I think that is from the previous one, not from the sheet.
How much time do we have now left for this session?
We have it. Why is this boring?
No, I have some other things to do.
Just wait, we'll finish it off. Okay, so that's about a seek out, or that's about how do you sync the data with LinkedIn Recruiter as well. Similarly, earlier we had option. Otherwise, let's suppose you get this kind of a data. What you do is go to Google, go to contacts, go to this is export, this is import. So I'll have to convert that to CSV file. Select the file, then CSV file, open, and then import. Okay, so this file got imported here. Let's see, Kanish. Email, add phone number, add email. It did not got imported properly. So let me just delete. How I delete this? Select all. So move to trash. Mhm. Come back. Go to contacts. So this is a file format. And that's how I generally do it always. So let me remove all this. Given name and additional, this is a file format of that Google Contacts. One. Mhm. Mm. Export this ones. Let's see if this comes get success, but otherwise we'll write email, name, and email. Okay, just name and email is important and it should be visible like this. Till then, you'll have to try. All right, once this is done, Then you come for LinkedIn. Earlier, there used to be a upload a CSV file and all, everything, but that option is gone now. So now let's say I just go to my network. So here we have connections and here we have a contacts. So now let's say we go to connections. Okay. So earlier I had a option of add connections over here where I used to uh, upload the CSV and also add them. Otherwise, if I just go back again, I also have a contacts. Okay. So here also again, all these contacts I've added years ago. Someone, so I would know whether they're on LinkedIn or not. Now this person is not yet on LinkedIn. I've added that in 2013. If someone is there on the LinkedIn, I'll be able to see the whole profile pic and everything like that. But we don't really have an option now whether to add a contacts and all. Yes, Vita?
When you add contacts to LinkedIn, it is not counted as a connection, Ashok.
No,
Tejaswini's
until
side.
you connect with them, it is not counted. So wherever I see invite, they're not yet on a LinkedIn. And wherever I see connect, they're on a LinkedIn. And wherever I see message, I think they're in my first degree now. Okay. Now let's say that we have added, and if your primary email ID is synced with your thing, then you can always sync it. Once it is syncing, then again it will come in my Google Contacts. Let me stop sync. Your contact will no longer sync, but your data will remain in your LinkedIn account. Are you sure? Continue. Stop sync and I'll say resync. Could not sync Google Contact at this time. Please try again later. Let me just refresh. So I'll just try after some time. I'll say again sync and if it gets sync, maybe just now we have confirmed that do not sync. So it is giving this option. But again, that option is going because earlier that was there, but not many people were using it. Then LinkedIn, Microsoft thought it's actually unnecessary feature. So let's not get into that. And that's where they removed that feature now. So if I just go here again, contacts, I'll see in case if anything got synced. Nothing yet, but maybe I'll see. I'll wait for some time and see. Otherwise, I'll sync this. And if I'm able to successfully sync it, what I'm assuming that this imported contact will get synced and I'll be able to see whoever is on a LinkedIn, I'll be able to see them over here, where I'll be able to send a, like if I just go to contacts here, whatever the data till now I uploaded around 10,000 plus data. The entire data is sitting over here. I just go, okay, imported contacts, around 4,000 change contacts I imported. Then Google Contacts, uploaded contacts, 2,000 change, all this. All this from various sites, I scraped the data and created. Some during the session, some for my own purpose while I was working for certain requirements.
Is there an option to delete these contacts if whenever not necessary?
I think it's gone now. Not people are using, so some people are unable to see also.
Okay.
Some years ago, I created all this. So it's showing up over here. So that's how we do a contact syncing. All right, I'll take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion? So first we take a data from GitHub. we scrape it in data miner, then using Excel, using concatenate formula, we generate their email IDs. Then we upload it to LinkedIn projects, or we upload it to Seekout, or we add these contacts to Google contact file like this, and then upload it to Google and keep LinkedIn option always in sync. So that once it gets synced, you'll be able to see the data over here, and you'll be able to see which are the candidates are available on LinkedIn and which are the candidates are not available on LinkedIn. And then the candidates which are not available on LinkedIn, you can always invite them if you wish to. But otherwise, people who are available, you'll be able to connect with them and you'll be able to see their most updated profile. And the best part, I think I can send a free message to these guys. This is 16 years old. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts? Any questions?
No, she will have to practice this.
It needs a practice. Yeah, I agree.
Shiva, I
So
have
I'll
a
upload the
question.
recordings. Yeah,
In data miner, we get 500
per month.
per month. Okay. All right. Thank
Per
you.
month. But don't ever touch 500. As soon as you touch 500, it's gone.
Okay. Thank
Then
you.
you have to create a new email ID and do it. Okay. So that's about contact syncing. That's about data miner. So GitHub done. Then data miner done. Finding email IDs, that Chrome extension, sales scale we have already covered, but few other tools we'll cover in the evening. And then playing with contacts, email and a phone number, magic of contact sync that we have just done now. Google search settings, search alerts, we'll do it next week. AI tools and extension to simplify, we'll do it next week. Margo mail merge, we can do it today itself. Free seek out, for most of us, it's not there. GitHub, we are done. Stack Overflow, we'll do in the evening. Stack Overflow and All Stack Exchange. Whole web sourcing, we pretty much done while creating a CSCs and number of times we used in URL, profile, resume, CV, and all. So similar concept applies here also. So seek out done, Margo done. Margo will do it evening. Data miner done. Email IDs will do it in the evening. Then stack, uh, this one, Stack Overflow and Stack Exchange also will do it in the evening. Then finding email IDs, cool hacks, extension sales will we already shared, but there are number of extensions like that. How to find that number of extensions, we'll do it sometime next week. Playing with contact syncs and a phone number, we're done. Search filters and all, we'll do it next week. That's simple. AI tools and extension to simplify next week. Then ChatGPT, bot, recruiter, next week, how to create market intel report that we have already completed in a LinkedIn session, basically, but we'll have one rough how to create a skeleton, basic skeleton of market intel report. But otherwise, in LinkedIn, when we were doing it, we already covered by using LinkedIn ads. Understanding problem statement, real-time scenario faced frequently. This will do next Sunday. And design thinking. I think we're done. By next week, we'll be closing the discussions.
Market
So today's Saturday
intelligence, I
only,
think
right?
we have not done on weekend.
Huh?
Market intelligence, we have not done in weekend classes.
Weekend class we have done.
No, I'm regularly attending it. I think that we have not.
Haven't we done this advertise one?
No, we have not done it.
Did we do this?
Weekend classes have not done this.
Oh, Shiv,
No?
it's not done.
Then we'll do it in the evening in that case. Okay, a basic skeleton and then market intel report. We'll do it in the evening. So evening we'll do Stack Overflow as well market intel. These two are really important. Market intel is the most important one. Okay, team. So I'll just take a pause. So that's it for now. And then let's connect in the evening, somewhere around 7 o'clock, and then maybe 2 to 3 hours in the evening, we'll get done. Okay. I'll share the recording. Please go through the recordings for sure. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you. Shiv, I have a separate question, not related to GitHub. Can I ask you? Just, I'll take 2 minutes.
sure.
Okay. So, we changed the ATS from iSIMS to greenhouse recently.
Mm-hmm.
And in iSIMS, I remember, we can filter basis on the skill sets. Like we can put JavaScript or we can use Boolean, and we used to get the profiles. Applicants. But in Greenhouse, is there any way to do that? I
Can you
didn't
share your
see
screen?
anything.
So let me
Okay,
pause this now.
I'll do.